stood at the edge, looking across the expanse of the sinkhole. It was a new Galapagos for a new world, one beyond the tyranny of humankind. Third, Hellscape. Chapter 17. April 30th, 10:34 a.m. GMT. Queen Maudland, Antarctica. Where's the damn sun? Kowalski groaned. Gray understood the big man's frustration. He stood in the pilot house of the massive, treaded vehicle and studied the landscape beyond its tall windows. Though it was mid-morning, it was pitch black outside, with the moon already down. Bright stars twinkled coldly across the cloudless sky. Occasional ethereal waves of brilliance rolled across the starscape in hues of emerald and crimson, amid splashes of electric blue. This dramatic storm of the aurora australis, the southern polar lights, had chased them across the frozen expanse of Queen Maudland during their overnight trek. The fierceness of the display reflected the severity of the solar flare that compromised satellite communication across Antarctica. Each dazzling dance of the aurora reminded Gray how isolated they were out here. He studied the terrain for some clue to where they were building. After abandoning Karen and the other researchers at the lone remaining Halley module, Gray and his team had headed east in the large vehicle, trundling across a flat sea of snow and ice. According to the dynamic map display above the pilot station, their path paralleled the distant coastline. But out the window was no sign of sea or ocean, just a frozen world of white and blue. The only feature that broke up the monotonous landscape rose to the south of their position, a line of black, craggy peaks poked out of the ice, marking the tops of buried mountains. Razor-sharp crags looked like a row of fangs, and were in fact named Fenris Yet, or the Jaws of Fenris, named after the mythic Nordic wolf. Conversation drew attention back to the control deck behind him, and to their host, Stella Harrington, daughter of the reclusive professor they were headed to meet. We actually designed our cat after the prototype built by DARPA, Stella explained to her avid pupil. Jason stood next to her at the helm station, looking at a set of schematics for their strange vehicle. He plainly could not get enough information about their unique mode of transport. Or maybe it was his teacher. In her early 20s, Stella was the same age as Jason, with a pixie blonde cut, stunning green eyes, and curves that showed even through her heavy wool sweater and thick polar pants. She was also whip smart, holding a dual master's in botany and evolutionary biology, a challenging match for Sigma's resident computer genius. I remember seeing a video of that darkened prototype, Jason said. It was 1/5 this size. Can you still travel over water in this larger craft? Why do you think it's called a captive air amphibious transport? Stella teased.